So hi everyone, my name is Bronte Miller and I'm the instructor for CST 110, this particular web course. I would like to talk with you a little bit about Canvas and how to find your assignments in Canvas, what sort of features that Canvas offers you in order to manage your assignments and manage your time, and also give you a few reminders about some of the requirements for the course. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and show you the course that we have here. Let me get back to our course. Okay, so here is the course that you are going to be working with. When you look at the course, you will see that there are announcements, modules, and grades. Those are the primary functions of the Canvas site. But over here on the side, we also have some other tabs. For example, the syllabus takes you directly to a course summary, including all of the deadlines that you have, plus a copy of the course syllabus. Discussions takes you directly to the different discussions that we have for the course. Quizzes takes you directly to various quizzes that we have for the course. And BrainFuse Tutoring takes you to a link to go to the tutoring site for the course. Assignments takes you to just a laundry list of all the assignments for the course. And Files gives you just a huge list of all the different files that are available to you. However, what I recommend is that you click on either announcements, modules, or grades most of the time. Specifically, modules is where you're going to find most of the information for the course. The way this course is set up is I have put all of our lessons into a series of lesson modules. If you open up, the lesson modules include general course information, Unit 0, getting started with the course, Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5. Then there's a module for the midterm and a module for the final. Under general course, if you open up that, then you will see a video from me, a copy of the syllabus, the quiz associated with the syllabus, some handouts on ground rules for online discussions, and a link to my contact information. If you click on Unit 0, you will see handouts on what you need, how to upload. This is a video on how to upload a video to YouTube. The discussion on the first discussion board, a handout on how to write a professional email, another handout on on do's and don'ts for writing professional emails, an online article on writing professional emails, and a quiz on all of this Unit 0 information. So as you can see, each unit in the modules not only contains handouts for that module, for that lesson, videos for that lesson, any quizzes associated with that lesson, any discussions associated with that lesson, any reflection assignments that you must do, and any test submissions that you must do. It's all organized by that module. So if you click on the module, for example, if I'm in the middle, if I'm on Unit 3 and I click on the Unit 3 module, then I can page through those different lessons. So here is just simply a description of what Unit 3 is. Here is a list of the things that will be needed to be done for that unit. Here is a video for you to watch. If you keep clicking next, you're just clicking through various parts of the module. Here is an article to read about cultural awareness. Here is the quiz that you will take on cultural awareness. So in order to prepare for the quiz on cultural awareness, guess what? You should have read that article and watched this video. So if you go through and click each lesson and go next through each part, then you should be able to find the lesson, the quizzes, the reflections, the discussions, everything you need in order to complete the lesson. Now, one of the things that I encourage you to do in order to manage your time really well is when you're here on the home page, you can see a to-do list. Here you can see what it is you need to complete for this class at any given moment. Like, for example, the syllabus affidavit for the course is due pretty soon, etc. If you click on the course calendar over here, you will not only see the assignments that are due for this course, you will also see assignments due for your other Canvas courses. They'll be color-coded by the course that you're taking. So, for example, in my example for this course, our class is green. You may have our class is green, another class is purple, another class is red, etc. And you will see the assignments when they are due. Okay, this will give you an opportunity to manage your time, because if you see that a lot of things are due on the 22nd of September, then maybe you might want to work a little bit the previous week in order to get all of those assignments completed. What I want to stress for you in this class is that I am very picky about deadlines. I expect you to meet the deadlines that are set up for the class. In fact, if you miss a deadline, then I'll automatically assign a 0 to that assignment and update you accordingly. And the assignment will fall off of Canvas and you will no longer be able to complete it. So you're not going to be allowed to complete assignments late. What you will be allowed to do is complete assignments early. All of your assignments are already available. If you would like to complete them early, then please, by all means, do them. The units are set up, the lessons are already in there, the videos to watch, the handouts to read, etc. are already there. You're always welcome to work ahead. So please, please, please work ahead, and be warned that if you get behind, you will get a 0. Now, another thing I want to tell you about, to make sure that you're aware of, is that you will have to upload videos to YouTube for this class. You'll have to do that twice. The first time you'll have to upload a video for the class is at the beginning of the semester, when you upload a video of yourself introducing yourself to the rest of the class as part of Discussion 0. In Discussion 0, you will have your first post will be due the first week, where you will submit your video of yourself introducing yourself to everyone. I've got a few things that I'm asking you to be sure to tell us. And then in the second week, you're to watch other people's videos and react. So in Discussion 0, you're asked to upload a YouTube video of yourself. There are instructions under Discussion 0 on how to upload a video of yourself to YouTube. You have a YouTube account already set up with your PHCC Gmail account. So if you do not know how to do this, you're going to have to learn how to do this in order to participate in this course. Now, the second time that you have to upload a video for the course is when you upload a video of yourself giving a speech. When you give that speech, you are going to be giving your speech to an audience of at least 3 people over the age of 10. That speech will be videotaped. Some member of your audience will videotape you giving that speech to the audience in order for me to see you give, to grade you, to score you on your ability to give a presentation to an audience. So you'll have to gather an audience of at least 3. One member of your audience will videotape you giving your speech to that audience. Imagine that you're going to have a podium or something like that, and you're going to give your speech to your audience, and then you're going to upload the video of you giving your speech to your audience to YouTube. You will have to very quickly pan over to the audience in order for me to see that you have an audience present, and then your speech will be given. Now, all of these videos will need to be made either public or unlisted in YouTube. They can't be private because then I won't be able to view them, your classmates won't be able to view them, etc. But if you do make the video unlisted or private, then unlisted or public, then we will be able to watch it. All you'll have to do is copy the link of the video and then paste that link into your submission. Okay? If you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. The other thing I want to make sure that I tell you with regard to the course is that you will have to come to campus to take 2 tests. You have a lot of quizzes in this class. You'll be able to take those quizzes online, at home, at your leisure. But the 2 tests that you take, you'll have to take on campus or at an approved proctor site. The 2 tests that you must complete on campus are the midterm for the course and the final exam for the course. Those are proctored assignments. You must take them on campus or at a designated proctor site. If you are unable to come to Martinsville to the main campus to take your test, you can request that you take your test at another location, but that request must be approved by our testing center, and there are very specific guidelines on who can be a proctor and who cannot be a proctor for your tests. If you are interested in having a proctor give your tests, then you need to arrange for that proctor at the beginning of the semester in order for all the paperwork to be completed so your proctor can be made aware of the test guidelines. Again, 2 tests must be taken on campus or at a designated proctor site. If you would like to request a proctor site other than the PHC Testing Center in Martinsville, you must do so ahead of time, and there is paperwork for you to complete. The link to the paperwork for the proctor is under the syllabus for the course under requesting a proctor. So that's about it. I hope that I have helped you with navigating the Canvas site a little bit. Please don't hesitate to contact me, and don't hesitate to click around on the Canvas site all you want in order to get some more information. In the meantime, enjoy your semester.